What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and the v27.10 update for Fortnite OG is right around the corner, happening either tomorrow or the day after. So in today's YouTube video, I will be talking about everything you need to know regarding stuff that is either confirmed for the update or in the potential category for everything, and I might even timestamp it a little bit here and there so you're able to skip between the two if you need to, so you can prepare yourself for the actual update itself. Now, of course, we got to start off by talking about the confirmed stuff, of course, by going to the OG Pass area. As you guys know, there's a total of 70 levels you're able to gain in order to get all the rewards here. You have 50 rewards in the base pass area, you know, with 7 pages, ending off with the Harbinger Armor Omega Rock variant, and then in bonus rewards, you have a total of 10 rewards, with only 7 being claimable right now. Now, the first 7 are, of course, you know, just like an emote, some cosmetics, some V-Bucks, and the magmatic Renegade Lynx outfit, but on the second page, we have 3 unknown rewards. Each of these rewards are going to cost 20 battle stars each, so, you know, 20, 40, 60, and you can tell that based on me being level 71 and being capped at 60 battle stars. So once you reach level 70, you will be able to claim absolutely everything in the pass. But of course, in order to claim this page, you have to claim everything from the bonus rewards page. You have to claim everything from the OG pass page in order to start claiming things over here. And you have one reward you can claim whenever you want, another reward you can claim whenever you want, and then this final reward that requires you to claim the previous 2 things. Now, some people are speculating maybe it's a hidden skin or something along those lines. However, based on me looking in the files and looking at how they code certain things, I don't think it's going to be new skins or new cosmetics in that sense. I think it's going to be a super level variant for the base 3 skins in the pass. Because, you know, while we have 4 skins, we have the Spectre Knight being the 4th skin, this one wouldn't get a super level variant because of how many customizations already exist for this cosmetic, right? There's so many options that you're able to do. I mean, when you saw right here the original combination kind of going on, I tried making like a very obnoxious color scheme just to see how it would work on the wrap and everything, because the wrap does change based on the skin itself, but I doubt that this one would be getting super level variants, which leaves 3 skins to get it. Of course, you have Omega Rock, which could get the variants, and it would be interesting to see how the super level variant looks with the light colors as well. If we go over here, we have the Renegade Lynx. You know, they have a few different variants and stuff you're able to use on her. I could see her getting a super level variant as well, and then of course we have Little Split. If Little Split's another character, it would make sense to get super level variants on. I know some people are like, it wouldn't make sense because OG Fortnite didn't have super levels and all that stuff, but if we really think about OG Fortnite didn't have music packs. It didn't have certain cosmetics that we have today. So you gotta just kind of think about it, right? You know, there's a lot of stuff in OG Fortnite that is not possible based on the whole entire current pass. I mean, you know, there are some things that are possible, but even stuff like traversal emotes, I don't think that was really introduced until very late Chapter 1. Yeah, I just looked it up. It was introduced in very late Chapter 1, with Chapter 1 Season 8 introducing it with the Conga. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that isn't really OG about it in a certain sense. You know, some things that, you know, definitely make sense for being OG or whatever, but it is something that I highly expect is just going to be super level variants, especially with each of them being the exact same price as a tier 1 super level variant. But of course, you know, we just kind of gotta wait and see whatever happens in that area. But, you know, based on my personal opinion, I'm gonna say it's super level variants. Now, in terms of other stuff, we also know we're going to be getting new cosmetics. We've already had a lot of cosmetics that have been added to the files with this season. I mean, if we go here and look at recent, you can see we have like the 11 collab with Stranger Things. We had the Fish Drift skin. We had a lot of cosmetics here and there, even like the Diller, which was an NPC last season, getting a skin and all that type of stuff. So it is nice to see how many cosmetics we are getting, even if the item shop is a little bit smaller. And that's another thing I should mention. The item shop is going to continue being smaller because we are currently on Rufus, which is the code name for Fortnite OG, number 10 for the item shop, and they added all the way up to 19, right? So it appears we have at least 9 more days of this single tab OG shop system in the game. But of course, they'll most likely be using the whole entire OG shop system as a way to actually introduce some of those newer cosmetics into the item shop, being like, here's a bundle, here's all this cool stuff, pick it up today, and everything else. We also know that we're going to be getting new Season 7 and 8 content added, because as you guys know, Season 7 and 8 is going to be a return of Happy Hamlet and the whole entire, you know, like, no, actually, Happy Hamlet isn't returning. My bad, I apologize. Take that back, cut it out. What is actually going to be returning is mainly Frosty Flights and the whole entire collapsed version of Polar Peak. So we won't have the normal Polar Peak. We won't have, like, you know, any of the fancy versions where we had like the Caddis Eye or anything in it. Instead, it's going to be the collapsed version mixed with Frosty Flights. All the other snowy areas, whatever else, aren't going to really be there. It's just going to be a corner of the map where even like Greasy Grove is still going to exist. It won't be frozen into ice or anything like that. So, you know, 2 returning POIs in a way, only one being actually named, with you know, Polar Peak being that one that's just destroyed. That's just kind of there as part of the terrain. But there is one thing to keep in mind with this update. On top of that, however, we do know that they'll be adding more files regarding some of the items. We know that we're going to be getting stuff like the flintlock pistol, the minigun, and quad launcher back in the game. I do believe they need to add some extra stuff in order for the quad launcher to properly return, but that is one of the things to keep in mind. And I mean, even on top of that, we have stuff like the poison dart trap, the itemized glider redeploy item, which, man, I miss just having glider redeploy enabled naturally like it was in Season 6, but you know what, it is still nice to see that we have glider redeploy returning outside of Team Rumble once again. We also have buried treasure, which will need to be re-added to the file so that it works properly. That'll be returning, and it's also used for one of the quests where you have to actually dig up some buried treasure in week 3, so keep that in mind, right? You know, some very interesting quests they've got going on, some nice things to actually do and actually just see, and seeing that the buried treasure is actually one of the things that is used for a quest, and most likely will be staying until the end of the season. Now, on top of that, they also have stuff like the X4 Stormwing, and with the actual Sergeant Winters frame, you know, if you need XP for your winter quest line or whatever else, and the pirate cannon returning to the game. Now, all those things appear to be mostly working. I assume that this update is going to make sure that if there were some issues here and there, all of those get patched out. But yeah, in terms of cosmetics and, you know, all the type of stuff, all the changes on the island, that is your main thing to look forward to. And if you're actually curious what the map looks like, here's an image on screen right now that actually showcases it. So you see the whole entire right side of the map and everything else, the Loot Lake Island, Kevin the Cube Island, whatever else is still in the map and everything. We're going to be seeing some changes to Dusty Divot, such as the rocket actually showing up again. But the main change is over there in the bottom left. You know, you have the whole entire issue with the whole entire map looking like a chicken in the bottom left eating a chicken nugget or whatever. If you guys see what I'm talking about all the way down there, you'll understand, right? It's something that looks a little odd, but that is something to keep in mind. Now, of course, in the only other land of changed or modified stuff, one other thing we know is confirmed for the v27.10 update is that ranked cosmetics from this season will now properly show this season's highest rank instead of last season's highest rank. So as you guys can see right now, I am actually champion rank in 0 build. If I do the emote and everything, you can see the normal red glow, but if I go to the back bling or even the glider, it is not going to have that glow. It's actually going to have diamond rank, which was what I had last season. Sometimes it even glitches in Soj bronze, but if you go back and forth, then you can see it. So it still shows diamond, even though it should be showing the champion rank I currently have. If we go over to the glider, which was a reward from the recent cup, you can see right here that it shows the diamond rank instead of champion as well. So all of that's going to be fixed. Now, the rewards from last season will still show your highest rank from last season. However, the rewards from this season after the new update will properly show your rank from this season. So after the season ends, if you got Unreal rank or champion rank or whatever else, that is what the glider, the umbrella, and even the back bling will look like when you have them equipped in your inventory. So keep that in mind, right? You know, those rewards will properly show now, and you guys don't have to DM me anymore being like, FireMonkey, it's showing the wrong rank, I'm this instead. Can you contact Epic Games and tell them to fix it? They're aware of it, it's gonna be fixed. Now, in terms of potential stuff, some of the things we should mention is that files for the end of season event, because there is going to be an event at the end of the season, we even have a countdown and everything, could potentially be added. However, we have a v27.11 downtime update a week later, so that is when the update events will most likely be added instead, so that, you know, they don't get leaked entirely early, where it's just poofed out of existence before they even get a chance to make the event themselves. We also know that there's potentially going to be some new encrypted collaborations. We know that we might get some new item shop tabs. However, we have one slight issue with the item shop, and that is that they cut on to us, you know, looking at the name in the top left and being able to figure out what the shop is going to be early. So they completely changed all of the shop tabs from being like Rick and Morty, Nike Air Max or whatever, to just saying featured. And they even changed the shops themselves, because yesterday we were supposed to have Rick and Morty in the shop, and today we were supposed to actually have the Nike Air Max collab in the shop. But of course, as you can see, they decided to be like, nope, last minute, yoink it out of there and go ahead and just do featured straight out. So we don't really know based on the titles or anything what is going to be in the shop in certain dates, but we do know that, you know, if we get new shop tabs added, it probably isn't going to be anything too crazy. And then of course, for the last thing that we might hear some more information on, we might hear more information on the LEGO collaboration and the Rocket League Racing mode, which is also codenamed Delmar, but we most likely, if we get any extra information, you know, won't be anything too crazy, just because of the fact that it appears that Delmar, aka Rocket League Racing, and Juno, aka the LEGO collaboration, is going to be with the launch of Chapter 5. It appears that's what they're trying to set it out to do. They've recently been adding the finalized touches and everything. I mean, today we've seen an official icon for the Rocket League Racing mode, which is most likely a placeholder, but as you can see on screen right here, it confirms that it is at least Rocket League for the Delmar Racing mode, and I mean, you know, it's kind of been hinted at for the longest time now. And they also added a LEGO icon, right? So, you know, it appears that we're getting some stuff geared up for either the launch of Chapter 5 or even potentially something that happens with next week's update for Fortnite OG. But of course, it is something that, you know, you got to keep in mind, right? We might hear more information about it, we might not. We really just kind of got to wait and see. But with that said, yeah, you know, in terms of confirming confirmed stuff, there isn't really too much because a lot of stuff going on with the OG Fortnite scene was revealed beforehand, right? A lot of the stuff isn't really focused on updates, more so it's focused on the actual game itself and just being able to be nostalgic playing the old days of Fortnite on the modern era. We also might see another augment, or I guess not even an augment, but an actual rift encounter enabled in the game called Chug Bunker. It was added to the files with the whole entire Rufus update for Fortnite OG, but it wasn't actually enabled in a way where you're able to see what the skin was going to be, what it was going to include, or anything like that. Well, there is also a chance that that rift encounter got cancelled. Until next time, however, I'll catch you champs and champettes whenever the update is so that we can go ahead and explore everything together, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Peace out.